Good morning, friends, and welcome to week 4 of writing. We are going to do it a little differently this week. This is the only video you need to watch. Mr. Barrow will be doing a read aloud with you and then continuing on with our writing lesson. So I'm so excited to read the book we have. Bear and the Puddle by Jacqueline Adams, illustrated by Jennifer Morris. Bear saw a puddle in his garden. He said, "I will fix that puddle." Bear got rocks to fill the puddle. The little snakes were swimming in the puddle. Bear got dirt to put over the rocks. The little snakes were splashing in the puddle. Bear got flowers to put in the dirt. The little snakes were jumping in the puddle. Bear got a shovel. "Get out of the puddle," Bear said to the snakes. "I will fix it now." Bear said, "I know a better way to fix the puddle." Bear used the shovel. The little snakes looked at the puddle. Bear looked at the little snakes. Bear said, "I know a better way to fix the puddle." Bear used the shovel. And he fixed the puddle. Well, friends, I hope you just enjoyed that book. Now we're going to look at some of the sentences that the author used inside of their book. So let's start with our focus phrase of the week. Our focus phrase of the week is, "I can write a complete sentence." Your turn. I can write a complete sentence. Remember, we go over all the different components of a complete sentence. I want you to think in your brain all the different things a complete sentence needs. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about everything a sentence needs. What does a sentence need? It needs an uppercase letter at the beginning of the sentence. It also needs punctuation. So remember, that could be a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point. And lastly, it needs a subject with a verb. So we need to know who the sentence is about and what they are doing in the sentence for it to be complete. So let's look at this first sentence that the author wrote with us. So read along with me. Bear saw a puddle in his garden. One more time. Bear saw a puddle in his garden. I want you to take 5 seconds to think about the different components of this sentence. What do you notice? I want you to whisper to yourself in a whisper phone or tell someone next to you if they're watching, what do you notice about this sentence? Well, Mr. Barrow notices that we also know every sentence needs to start with an uppercase letter. So we have this uppercase letter, bear. But bear is the name of the bear. So it would always be capitalized because remember, names also have an uppercase letter. What else do you notice about the sentence? I notice that it ends with a period. So the author is just declaring a statement because he uses a period right here. What else do you notice? I see some sight words. Where's the setting of this sentence? It takes place in the garden. Very good. So we know that this sentence is about who? Bear. And Bear is in his garden. Now I want us to look at one more sentence. And we're going to see how we can compare these. Reading with me. The little snakes were swimming in the puddle. The little snakes were swimming in the puddle. What do you notice about this sentence compared to the first sentence we saw? I noticed that the second sentence has more words. Let's count how many words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words in this sentence. But the first sentence only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's more words in the second sentence. I also notice that both of these sentences are giving a lot of detail. Remember, we learned about adding detail to your sentences. So saying who, what, or where. Both of these sentences are telling us where, but they're both different. So this one is in the garden, but the snakes are in the puddle. So there's a different setting. They're in different places. The author was being clear with us to give us more detail so we can see the story. What about the subject? Is the subject the same in these two sentences? No, the first sentence is the subject is bear, but the subject in the second sentence is the little snakes. But like every complete sentence, both sentences have that uppercase letter to start, and they also have punctuation, and they both have periods to complete the sentence. These are both great complete sentences that were both found from the book. But now I want us to write some sentences together. So Mr. Barrow created this sentence. I would like you to read it with me. Point your finger up. I love to spend time with my family. Let's read it again. I love to spend time with my family. So Mr. Barrow went ahead and put a capital letter and punctuation. My subject is I, so myself, and I'm giving the verb I love. And what I love to do is spend time with my family. Did you notice Mr. Barrow did add some detail, but I could still add more. I could say what my family and I like to do. I could say which family members I like to spend time with. So I'd like you to pause here so you can write this sentence with Mr. Barrow and we can make the sentence together. So pause and finish this sentence. Great, friends. After you wrote that first sentence, Mr. Barrow really wants us to start writing more than one sentence. You have so much in your brain. I want you to be able to give all that information when you're doing your own writing. So I created another sentence. Let's read the second sentence and see if it gives us more detail. We like to play games and laugh. Let's read it one more time. We like to play games and laugh. Oh, so now Mr. Barrow is telling us more about what her family likes to do together. So she included play games and laugh. As you can see, the writer has added more detail so you can learn more about the story. I could also add more details and different punctuation if I'm writing more sentences. I would like you to pause here and finish the second sentence with Mr. Barrow. Very good, friends. And now that I've seen you work with me of making a sentence, it's time for you to write your very own sentence. So, Mr. Barrow just told you what she likes to do with her family. I want you to write about what you like to do with your family. What do you like to eat or play? Who do you like to hang out with? Maybe your brother or your grandma? I would like you to write 2 to 3 sentences this time. Remember, we're working on adding more detail in our sentences and making sure we're working on our complete sentence structure. That includes a capital letter to start, punctuation at the end, and a subject with a verb. So, writing 2 to 3 complete sentences, thinking about what do you like to do with your family. I cannot wait to see what you put together, writers. Make sure you take a picture of all of your hard work in your writing. Send it to your teacher so we are able to see all the great work that you've been doing. We're so proud of you, and I can't wait to read your writing. Bye, friends.